everyone. I'm Kendria. I need you to go like, follow, and subscribe. Soul Productions.
What's up, everyone? And this is Next Level Thinking. What's up, everyone? It's another episode of Next Level Thinking. As you know, it's your host, Chris Holmes, as always, to bring you inspirational guests. And today, my guest is by the name of...
also known as Deanna Chica.
Awesome. I see how she just... That's trademark.
They can't see what I did, but you did, which is fun.
It's going to be trademark. So let's go ahead and hit the ground running and tell the audience a little bit about yourself as we get into this great inspirational interview.
Wonderful. Well, I am, what I do for life is I am in entertainment. I am a singer, songwriter, voiceover actor, actress, host. I've been on America's Got Talent, season 8, made it to quarter semifinals. And I also just was in 10 of MasterChef. So I have a bunch of different skills that I use, yes, sir, to go out there. And the other thing, you know, one of my main ones, I am a giant animal advocate, and you know, adopt, don't shop. I get up and let people know that they should give their love and go get a shelter pet. But on top of that, I am a self-love and body positivity advocate. I am a plus size woman. You know, our people out there can't see me. I am very, very transparent online, and you know, really I'm just sharing my journey. I'm out here to, you know, I feel like the legacy that I'm going to leave behind is just to inspire people. And part of the inspiration that I want to throw out there is just allowing people to know that they are limitless. Your mind, you know, what I love about the name of your podcast is that you're where I'm at, where I hate when people say the sky's the limit. Are you kidding me? Like
what?
Yeah.
More to that.
Right? Our galaxy we don't know about, sir. Like, why would you limit yourself with the sky? And just that limitless thinking. I'm a 46-year-old plus size woman. And
don't look at all.
No, but my point is, I am fighting, you know, the plus size thing. I am fighting ageism. I am fighting all kinds of things. But let me tell you something, and I'll share this with your listeners. You are talking to a tenacious, audacious woman, meaning my biggest thing hasn't even happened. And when people look at my resume, oh, she sang backgrounds for Celine Dion, Justin Bieber. We got 2 new Jack in the Box commercials out there. She just did a movie with Antonio Banderas. Oh, she just did this. Oh, my biggest thing hasn't even happened, because that's where my thinking's at. Like,
it's only the beginning.
Sir. And I'm 40. I have accepted the fact that I'm a late bloomer, meaning everything, even my acceptance of my own beauty, the acceptance of my beauty and my body. I got married late. My career, you know, is doing this rather, you know, up here and then down. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's, you know, through my therapy that I've been doing, there's a beauty in the gray area. There's a beauty in that. And damn, that was a long intro. You were expecting all that, were you?
No, actually, I'm just like, look, if she's rolling, I'm like, I'm gonna let her have it. She was like, Dad, that was a lot.
You're probably not gonna get a word in. You're just gonna interview myself. But anywho,
but I will plug this in right now. For feeding off your energy, I can say this, and I'm going, because I like how the vibe is going, is be okay with being your own damn self. And I'm gonna say it just like that, because I feel like the thing is, we're in the social media, internet age. Of course, it's all great tools and things like that, but we're always looking for other validation. And I think it's time for people to realize it's okay to like live in your skin. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be different. It's okay for you to have your own like interests. It's okay to do something that your own family hasn't done before. It's okay to be yourself. And I feel like once you start being yourself, that's when actually all the potential growth and much more, it starts to really develop and bloom and things like that. And that's the, I'm glad you kind of came out there just arms firing, because I'm feeding off your energy, because that's what it's all about, and just having self-love about yourself. So with that, I'm going to throw another question is, what do you think is the biggest thing that prevents people from actually going into that? Because I see right now you're actually walking into it, but what is a common thing that you hear a lot that prevents people from just being themselves?
they're concerned with what other people think. And I have to tell you something, is a button that got switched on when Deanna turned 40. Fabulous button. I need to know if I swear, because I may swear, and I need to know if you're okay.
Oh, you good. Like, this
Okay.
is pretty much a broad audience.
I'm gonna try very hard to keep this PG. But no, let me tell you what is so freeing. I don't give a bleep what anybody thinks of me. And let me tell you something, like, you know, do I care what my mom and my dad, my close friends, my husband, my child think of me? Sure. Come on. I'm not going to sit here and be like, you know, I don't care about I don't care. Only you can judge me. Only God can judge me. That's right. Only God can judge you, kind of thing. But I really, really, like, something clicked where I was like, I don't give a damn. Chris, I don't give a damn what you think about me. And what I mean by that is, it would be great if you walked away from this when you were like, holy crap, like, she's amazing, great. But if you walk away and go, she a little much, or she's this, or she's that, guess what, Chris? Have a happy day. I don't give a damn. I think more people need to put this mantra under their belt. Respect yourself.
Oh, that's a big one.
And respect others. And respect others. I am somebody, I can have dialogue with you about religion, politics, abortion. We can talk about whatever major issue you want to talk about. And we're going to have an edited, careful, sensitive, compassionate discussion. And then you and I may not see it eye to eye, but we're going to walk away shaking hands and going, yo, bro, I respect you. I love you for your thought and your viewpoint. And I feel like we're living in a world where everybody's like, oh my God, you don't believe in abortion? Oh my God, you voted for Donald Trump? Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't be your friend. What?
Like, and I definitely got to say something on that, because I'm glad one thing I learned, especially from my college experience, I love sociology, is my professor came in on the first day. He came in real quiet and he looked up and he put his down, and he was basically saying, like, we're going to hit on a lot of different topics. We're going to hit on politics, love, religion, and much more. At the end of the day, if anyone disrespects any of these students inside or outside this classroom, you're going to have a problem with me. And I think everybody, they looked at his face after saying that, and he was like, is that understood? And everybody's like, yep. But it allows that so you can actually be yourself. And you have to be open to hear different opinions. That's one of these things that he talked about is you're going to have different kind of references and things like that. But in the day, agree to disagree and move on. I mean, I guarantee you, I'll say this on this episode, like, people will probably be shocked. Like, I have one of my close and very best friends that treats me like another brother who strongly supports Trump. And people probably like, what? Like, how could you? Like, of course, we have different views when it comes to that, but it seems that at the end of the day, we're still like family. I respect his view and things like that. You got to be able to talk about different kind of things like that.
And to that point, you may, because you love, care, and show compassion to somebody, you may be able to show them, you know, your feeling and get them to see something differently. It is a sad place if a world that's this big and everybody you're connected to thinks the same way you do. Man, that is unworldly. You know what I mean? Man, that is small. That is small ass thing.
And you can't really grow from that either.
Never. I have friends of all shapes, sizes, religions, colors, creeds, sexual preferences, and they've opened my mind where I come, you know, FYI, I'll be transparent. I come from extremely Christian, Catholic, conservative family. And love. I don't see it that way. I have very independent thinking, very different than my family. And I see both sides of the coin, and I'm so glad to be that, to be able to stand. And I think that's where, like, the body positive love thing comes in, is that the inclusion. You know what I find, Chris? I find that people are tolerant and tolerance until they find something intolerant. Meaning, oh, I'm tolerant, inclusion. Oh, we should have bathrooms that everybody can use, and oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, but you support Trump? We can't be friends. Man, that's not tolerance. That's not tolerance. That's not tolerance. You know, it's just people need to stop with that. People need to stop with, oh, you believe in this. I hate those posts, you know, and you're a black man and we're going to have a conversation. I hate those posts that say, if you don't walk around saying or support Black Lives Matter, you're the problem.
I really don't like those posts either, because it sets you up. It's like either you support it or you're enemy. Why does a person have to be an enemy if they disagree? And I think that going off what you're saying is, be okay with people have different views, but don't throw them as an enemy or somebody that you can't have a conversation with, because at the end of the day, even in the job place, we're all going to have different ways of leadership, all different ways of solving problems and things like that. There's not just one answer. I think the thing is everybody wants to be right, that they don't want to see someone else's pathway or view.
Ding, 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 ding. Everybody wants to be right. I don't want to be right. I know I'm right. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to be always right. I want to be educated. I want to understand. By the way, you know, you're bringing something up. It's really funny. I put up a post yesterday because on Monday I started the second part of my own personal health journey. I used to be 306 years ago. Believe it or not, I was healthy. I didn't have high cholesterol, didn't have high blood pressure or whatever, but I didn't feel good, Chris. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good about myself. It was the beginning of kind of my self-love journey. Because
it's kind of that moment like you look in the mirror and you're like, something has to change.
Right. And it was affecting my happiness. And it wasn't the weight. It wasn't the number on the scale. It was my overall feeling. And so I worked on myself physically, mentally, and spiritually, worked on those parallel, and I lost 70 pounds. And now I've been meandering at about kind of 250 pounds. And so yesterday, thank you. I said, you know what? We're going into a new decade. I am going to start. I'm not going to wait to the new year to make changes. I know that, yes, I know sugar is not good for me. I have a lineage and genetics of diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Do your research. Sugar feeds cancer. It feeds cancer. Please go do your research if you don't believe that. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, or if you're out there listening and you're like, wait, what is she saying? Please go do your homework. It is documented that cancer cells awaken with an excess of sugar. They feed off of it. They grow off of it, all that. Anyway, I put a post up yesterday on my pages talking about how I am changing my lifestyle. I am omitting sugar from what I eat. I'm going more low carb. I am working out more. I've signed up for a kickboxing class. I'm about to go right after this interview.
Oh man, don't knock nobody out.
Right? I am, and I'm also, and in addition to all of that, just like I want to get to my goal, because I've set a goal for myself. And when I tell you that people attacked me, literally were like,
why?
How can you put those limits and put that up? That is triggering. You're not body positive, blah, blah, blah. I don't understand what people's definition of body positivity is, but body positivity is, being an advocate for all bodies being good and beautiful bodies, no matter where you are, no matter what size, no matter whatever. And
or summing up, self-love.
Precisely. And being inclusive. The body positivity movement is also fighting for the inclusion of people of color, disabled bodies, the gay and lesbian community. I want to be an advocate for, when you see a commercial, I want there to be a commercial with all types of different people in it. And really, really don't just, you've got all these brands out here that are like, ooh, eat Dove chocolate, be a 125-pound beautiful model eating Dove chocolate and your life's going to change. No, man, come on, Dove chocolate. Put up a 250-pound woman and tell the stop. You're bullshitting. You feel me?
That's the real version of it. Yeah.
No, you know what? It isn't the real version of it, Chris. Everybody eats chocolate. Everybody uses a certain deodorant. Everybody uses CoverGirl cosmetics. Don't be putting a damn model up there every time saying that's the only person that uses our product.
And that goes back to like media promotions, and it's that's a lot of times I've heard a lot of my good homegirls saying like they felt that they should have looked this way, or I shouldn't eat this or things like that based on what they see across, TV all the time. It's just advertised, but people like it's indirectly making you think, oh, I have to look like this to be like this kind of thing.
Exactly. And the audaciousness of these people that attacked me because of the quote unquote limitations that I was putting on myself is, excuse me, do you know my family's history? Do you know that we all have diabetes? I do not, thank God. But do you know that we all have diabetes? Do you know that I have 2 uncles that died before 45 and not because they were overweight, because they were diabetic and got cancer, because that's something genetically that does not work well for my body, for my genetics? Like, people forget that a lot of who you are, all of who you are is based on your. Sir, I just had one of my closest friends who takes very good care of herself. And I'm not going to divulge too much because this is her personal information, but she just had a minor heart attack. Her dad passed away from heart disease. She's younger than me. My point is this. Are you going to tell that woman that she shouldn't do what is right because of what her genetics have? She needs to take care of herself. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, and that shouldn't be, oh, now you're not body positive. Oh, now you're this. Oh, now you're, oh my gosh, boy, when I tell you the block button, because what I won't do is have an uneducated discussion. And then when I made a statement about the reason I'm omitting sugar is because sugar, blah, 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 cancer and all this, they were like, oh, you're wrong. What are you? I literally went and found the link, to the government health page that broke it down and was like, Merry Christmas, read up, and now your ass is getting blocked. Because I won't have attacking, negative, hater ass stuff. That's not what I'm about.
And I have to add on to that too, because I have done that in the past, and I'm not gonna lie. There's a point where like almost a whole town, I was seeing so much negative energy, and I was like, block, 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 block. The thing is, your perspective and how you go with life, sometimes you got to cut off people, because if you don't, eventually that energy is going to start affecting you. I never will forget, I sat in my barber's chair, and looked at me straight, because he's a real person. He's like, you check yourself. And like, what you mean? Like, you're changing. Because like all the negative energy that I was keep allowing into my energy and circling things like that was affecting how I treat and say certain things. And sometimes you need that reality checking. Sometimes you have to cut people off, even if it may be really close. Now, that's something that people don't really want to hear, because sometimes the people that are really close to you hurt you the most. And in order for you to actually start living, you have to for yourself.
Sir, that's learned behavior. You feel me? Those are learned behaviors. One thing my therapist said to me in the early days of my therapy with her was, do you hear how you talk to yourself? And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, you are like constantly talking down to yourself and insulting yourself and everything that you say. And, you live and die by your tongue. You do. What you speak, what you think, even speaking that doesn't come out of your mouth, but you think in here, boy, you will become it. You will become that. So I'm nothing. I'll never be anybody. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't is probably the worst statement. When you watch Inside the Actor Studio and he says, what's a word you hate? The word would be can't, because I can't stand that word. Like, I can't. It bothers me so much when people say I can't, because I look at them and say, you know what? Really, you won't, because you're not allowing yourself to go there and think that. You can be from anything. You can be from any type of hardship. You can be from anything, anyone, any place. I have an example of somebody in my life who had a horrible, horrible, horrible beginning to life, horrible parent upbringing, in foster care, the whole nine. Person has done so well in their life because they just chose to break that cycle. And you have to not every day is a new chance. Every minute, second that you get handed is a chance for you to go, I'm stopping right now. I'm going to stop talking negatively to myself. I'm going to stop not taking care of myself. I'm going to stop not putting myself first. It was a real awakening for me when my therapist kept pushing self-care and taking care of yourself first, where for me, that was equated to being selfish. There's something very different between being selfish and having self-care. You
Ooh.
need to, yes, sir. You need to take care of yourself first, because if you're not around, you can't take care of anybody else. Preservation of self is so enormous, and I'm a very goal-oriented. But what will never come before my goals is making sure that I'm taken care of and that I am well, physically, mentally, and spiritually. If my husband, I don't expect my husband to take care of me. You know, a lot of people are out here trying to like get other people to take care of them and not be whole. Even going into relationships as half a person. A relationship, you know, I hate the saying, oh, I need to find the half of my heart. Look, if you need to find the other half of your heart, you need to do that before you get in a relationship. You want to have a discussion right now? Should we go on Oprah? Like, be honest, you can't go into anything half yourself, half self. You need to be whole. And I truly believe I found my husband when I was 41, and I only believe that I found him because I wasn't whole in my 30s. I was going to destroy that relationship had it been handed to me early. But I went into that relationship whole, knowing very well who I was. And that's not to, I'm so perfect. Journey, constantly self-discovering, constantly my eyes are getting open, my heart opened. But I'm whole, and then I get to add all this icing and yumminess around me because I'm learning and dancing and sharing and absorbing, you know, that goodness and inspiration. And I think I went off on a tangent. I'm sure I did, but you know, just having that, like really being whole, you know, making sure that you're really, really, really taking care of you, making yourself really happy. Your happiness has to be sourced from self. You can't get it from anybody else. And you know, to answer the question, people care too much of what other people think, and people are looking. That's the problem with social media too. They're looking for outside sources for their joy. And that joy needs to come from within. It really does.
Well, for that, you could have just dropped the mic and just walk off stage.
I did. I'm dropping the mic. Yeah.
I love that, though, because you hit on so many great points. I mean, all in that. Like, usually I have a good amount of questions to add up onto that, but you hit so much in just that one run through. It all makes sense, from like taking care of yourself, not worried about like looking from others, and like the inner love for yourself, and keep telling yourself positive, just positive vibes and affirmations. And that's another thing that helps a lot of people. Like some people say, oh, I'm not this, like that can't be possible, I'm not beautiful, and things like that. But you need to start speaking into existence, into yourself, that you can do these things. You are beautiful, you are amazing, and much more. And yeah, so grand slam, great job. You hit like pretty much.
Can I leave you with one thing? Can I leave and your listeners and you with one thing? I want to tell you, I'm a very faithful woman, so my faith is huge, but I also believe in, like you said, manifestation and affirmations. And I make vision boards twice a year.
Oh, nice.
I make one in December for the new year. And then I make one June to recenter for the rest of the year. And I want to share with your listeners, because people are like, oh yeah, sure, that happened. Okay. I was a 40-year-old woman, single, dating in LA, and dating a-hole after a-hole after a-hole. And I affirmed and spoke to God and said, hey, listen, if he is not my husband, take him out of my path. I am looking for my husband. And so that particular year, I made my vision board, and the center of my vision board is I make bigger, and that's what I really want to focus on for that year. And that particular year was finding my life partner. I put up a picture of a bride and words and all the images and the ring and everything, blah, 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 and bloop, 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 and all of it. Chris, I found my husband that year. Don't play with your prayers. Don't play with your meditations. Don't play with your affirmations. Don't play with your vision board. It's real. And if you stand in front of that vision board every day after you make it and just look at it and absorb it and say, I will have this. This will be mine. I'm reaching towards this. This is within my sphere. People think I'm joking about that, but go into my office right now where I students and let me tell you something. Vision board right there, because you're supposed to put it in a place where you spend a lot of time and can focus on it. So just sharing if you want things to come into your life. And I will leave you with this. The only person who is responsible for your happiness, who can make changes in your life, who can reach all of your goals, the only person, YOU. You're the only person who can do that. You are limitless. You're a masterpiece. Around with those mantras every day. I mean, people think I'm kidding. My dogs are going crazy. Oh, doggies. By the way, I have 6 rescue dogs. Okay. But that is, I'll leave you guys. I have to go in the bathroom now. That is the thing that has pushed me through and kept me going through all of this. And let me tell you, I practice all of these things and practice them daily. So be committed to your changes once you make them.
Awesome. So with that, we're going to wrap everything up. And where can they find you at on social media so they can keep up with all your great accomplishments and goals?
Okay.
Hold on.
I would my Instagram, Twitter, across all social media. You can find me at Deanna, Deanna, bomb, B-O-M-B, like drop a bomb on me, Chica, Chica. And then from there, you can find the Plus Size Divas page and all the other stuff that I'm doing, YouTubes and all that. I'm on TikTok now. My dog is famous. Anyway, but I'm just saying, absolutely follow me on Deanna Bomb Chica. Stay up with what I'm doing. Stay up with what I'm doing with my body positivity page. And I just appreciate speaking with you so much. Thank you so much for having me. And I hope that your listeners are inspired and are deciding to go and claim themselves and make changes in their life.
Yes, and thank you so much for your energy and positive vibes and make sure that everybody loves themselves. So we're going to wrap this up. It's your host, Chris Holmes, as always, bringing you inspirational guests. And as I just brought with you today, my special guest by the name of
Deanna Cologne at Deanna Bomb Chica.
Awesome. Peace and much love. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. We're going to have this on iTunes, Spotify, and all the different platforms so we can help each other take it to the next level. Peace, and make sure you become great.